Hey Spooky Muffins, it's Robin, and as you can tell, there's something different about my hair. It's longer. My bangs are better, just the way I've always wanted them, and I love it. These extensions are VP Fashions, and I dyed it. I did make a video about it, and I'm still editing it, so it'll be up sometime. My mom is in there because she's helping me dye them. So yeah, that's that. And in this video, I will be telling you guys the story of Annabelle. There she is. Let me move her feet out of the way. Annabelle, there she is. I got her at an antique store in Nitro, and she just stuck out to me more because her eyes and mouth and nose are sewed in instead of painted on. I'm just like, wow, she looks cool. She looks like the Annabelle, like the real Annabelle, the Raggedy Ann doll Annabelle, and I wanted her, so now I have my very own Annabelle. I made a short horror film.
My phone is glitching again. No, I don't want to be on that.
I made a short horror film about her a long time ago on my channel, and I will leave that video in the description. That was fun. It's not my best video, but it's okay. Making the short horror film was fun though, and I think I'm gonna be making more, so look out for those on my channel too. And also watch The Conjuring and the
Because I don't remember all of
it. Look, it's Jack Skellington. Alrighty. Alright. Donna got Annabelle from her mother in 1970. Mom bought a used doll at a hobby store. Donna was a college student at the time and living with her roommate named Angie. And at first neither thought the doll was anything special. That might have upset Annabelle a lot. But over time, they noticed Annabelle seemed to move on her own. At first, it was really subtle, just changes in position, the kinds of things that could be written off as the doll being jostled.
Okay.
But the movement increased, and within a few weeks, it seemed to become fully mobile. Sorry, my phone is really glitching and it's like messing up the words, so my bad. But anyways, the girls would leave the apartment with Annabelle on Donna's bed and return home to find it on the couch. Their friend Louie, or Lou, I don't know. I'm gonna say Louie because that's what it looks like to me. Hated the doll. He thought there was something deeply wrong with it, something evil. But the girls were modern women and didn't believe that sort of thing. There must be an explanation, they reasoned. But soon, Annabelle's actions got even weirder. Donna began to find pieces of parchment paper in the house with messages written on it. Help us, they would say, or help Lou. Just to make the whole thing that much creepier, nobody in the house had parchment paper. Where was the hell it was coming from? The escalation continued. One night, Donna returned home to find Annabelle in her bed, with blood on her hands. The blood, or some sort of red liquid, seemed to be coming from the doll itself. That was enough. Donna finally agreed to bring in a medium. The sensitive sat with the doll and told the girls that long before their apartment complex had been built, there had been a field on that property. A 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins had been found dead in that field. Her spirit remained, and when the doll came into the house, the girl latched onto it. So kind of like Chucky, only Charles Lee Ray was a lot older, and he was running away, and he was like, did this kind of voodoo stuff, and got himself inside of the Chucky doll. I'm a big fan of Chucky.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay.
Anyways, back to the story. So she found Donna and Angie to be trustworthy. She wanted to stay with them. She wanted to be safe with them. Being sweet, nurturing types. They were both nursing students. Donna and Angie agreed to let Annabelle stay with them. And that's when all hell broke loose. Lou started having bad dreams. Dreams where Annabelle was in his bed, climbing up his leg as he lay frozen, sliding up his chest to his neck and closing her stuffed hands around his throat, choking him out. Now that's kind of creepy. That's like really creepy. Just imagine a doll just like crawling up your leg and just like choking you. That's creepy. And even a Raggedy Ann doll, just like their stuff, they can't choke you. He would wake up terrified, head pounding like all blood had been cut off to his brain. He was freaking out. He was worried about the girls. A few days later, he and Angie were hanging out, planning a road trip. I thought I was planning on a road trip. Okay. Planning a road trip when they heard someone moving around in Donna's room. They froze. Was it a break-in? Was there an intruder in the apartment? Lou crept over to the door, listening to rustling within. He threw open the door and everything was as it should be, except Annabelle was off the bed and sitting in a corner. As he approached the doll, Lou was consumed with that feeling. A burning on the back of the neck that indicates someone was staring at you, and he spun around. Nobody was there. The room was empty, and then sudden pain on his chest. He looked in his shirt and saw a series of raking claw marks, rough ditches in his flesh that burned. He knew Annabelle had done it. Yeah, I mean, I would know that Annabelle had done it too. Hair on my mouth. Okay. The weird claw marks began healing almost immediately. They were totally gone in 2 days. They were like no wounds any of them had ever seen before. They knew they needed more help, and they turned to an Episcopalian, I don't know, priest, who in turn called in Ed and Lorraine Warren. Okay. It didn't take the Warrens long to come to their conclusion. There was no ghost in this case. There was an inhuman spirit, a demon attached to the doll. But they warned that the doll wasn't possessed. Demons don't possess things, only people. It was clinging to the doll, manipulating it, in order to give the impression of a haunting. The target was really Donna's soul. I'd burn that doll. Ooh, if it wasn't in my soul. Nope. A priest performed an exorcism on the apartment, and the Warrens took possession of the doll. They put it in a bag and began the long drive home. Ed agreed to stay off the highways because there was a concern that the demon might, I'm not going to say this word, but I'm going to just, might F with the car. And at 65 miles an hour, that would be disastrous. And sure enough, as they drove on the back roads, the engine kept cutting out. The power steering kept failing, and even the brakes gave them trouble. Ed opened the bag, sprinkled the doll with holy water, and the disturbances stopped. For the moment. Ed left the doll next to his desk. It began levitating. That happened a couple of times, and then it seemed to just quit. Finally laying quiet. But in a couple of weeks, Annabelle was back to her old tricks. She started appearing in different rooms in the Warren home. Sensing that the doll was ramping back up, the Warrens called in a Catholic priest to exorcise Annabelle. The priest didn't take it seriously, telling Annabelle, "You're just a doll, you can't hurt anyone." Big mistake. On his way home, the priest's brakes failed and his car was totaled in a horrible accident. He survived. Eventually, the Warrens built a locked case for Annabelle, and she resides there to this day. The locked case seems to have kept the doll from moving around, but it seems like that whatever terrible entity is attached to it, it is still there waiting, biding its time, ready for the day when it can be again free. I don't know. Hold on. Ready for the day when it can again be free. Yeah, my phone glitched again. Well, that is the story. Whoop. So that's the story on Annabelle. I hope you guys like it, and if you did, leave a like. It'll look something like this down below. Comment down what you think about Annabelle. Comment down if you would ever want to see her in person, if you want to go to the Warrens and see her in that locked thing. Comment down what other haunted dolls you want me to tell their story about, because I know a couple and I'm definitely going to tell their story. Comment down what else you want me to do, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. Bye, Spooky Muffins, and have a magical day.